What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Better Baseball. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. Hope everyone's having an absolutely beautiful Friday early afternoon. I never know what to call noon because it's like it's not morning, but also it's not afternoon. But hope you're having a great Friday. It's St. Patrick's Day. That's always a plus, right? Shout out to St. Patrick. I hope you're not absolutely obliterated right now because I think that's what people do on St. Patrick's Day, right? But no, we're not doing that, bro. We're here talking about baseball. It's World Baseball Classic time. Also, we have injury news. Edwin Diaz out for the season. We'll break that down. And then to kind of wrap things up today, we'll do our preseason AL West power rankings because we already hit the East, already hit the Central, and now time for the West. And then next week's going to be the National League. And then, bro, by that point, we're almost at opening day. I believe we're now 2 weeks away from opening day at this point. So we're getting close. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Bro, the vibes are high. The vibes are really high today. It's a Friday, St. Patrick's Day. Everything's going good. Just not for Edwin Diaz, but we'll get into that. But first, I want to talk about the World Baseball Classic as a whole, because now, dude, we're in the quarterfinals, semifinals period. We're starting to get close to the end, which is kind of sad. It feels like it flew by so fast. But we talked about this when the tournament first started, right? I kind of knew it was going to go by quick because I think we have this expectation that, it's this long, hard-fought tournament. There's 4 games in pool play. There is 4 games, right? Yeah, there's 4 games in pool play. And then, bro, your quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, done. It's like a week and a half long thing. So I'll pull up the schedule of the games that we have remaining, and I guess we can maybe, throw in some predictions or something. But tonight, the only game is Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure all these future games now are in Miami. So that's cool. Shout out to Miami. But yeah, Puerto Rico versus Mexico tonight. Great pitching matchup. Marcus Stroman versus Julio Urias. I'm going to be honest. I think I got to ride with Puerto Rico, bro. I'm pretty sure Puerto Rico might be the favorites here. But, bro, they're the hot hand. Obviously, they beat the DR, which we'll get into with the Edwin Diaz thing. But they just beat DR in a huge upset. I mean, DR being eliminated in pool play might be one of the biggest collapses in World Baseball Classic history. Maybe more than the 2006 USA team. Bro, that Dominican team was absolutely stacked. And then I don't know if you guys saw, but David Ortiz went on live on Instagram, I think it was yesterday, and he was saying yeah, that Dominican team was full of killers. They just weren't ready yet. Weren't ready yet, bro. What do you listen, I know it's technically spring training time, but Team Puerto Rico had the same amount of time to get ready as Team DR. I don't want to hear any sort of excuses in terms of, we didn't have enough time to train. Excuses? Schmicuses. I was trying to think of something that rhymed with excuses, but I don't think there are any. But I think it's lame, bro. Whatever. I think at the end of the day, you kind of just have to sit back and admit, baseball's a sport where you could have the most stacked team of all time, and you could still lose games. It's very easy to do so. It's not like basketball where it's you have an all-star team playing, they're going to probably win every game. That's just how it works. But baseball's a lot different, bro, and I think if Team DR could just take their defeat gracefully, I think it would be more nice, but whatever. Back to Puerto Rico, Mexico. Mexico's been kind of a sleeper team this whole tournament, to be honest with you. They perform well in pool play, obviously, and I think their lineup is a little bit underrated. I'll pull up their matchups here against Julio Urias. They obviously, I'm not too sure who Aranda is, but obviously they have a Rosarena, Austin Barnes, Jared Duran, I believe, from the Red Sox. They have Meneses. Bro, this dude Meneses was a menace against Team USA. Get it? Meneses is a menace. Okay, cool. And then obviously they have Rady Tellez, Luis Urias. I'm not sure I pronounced his first name, but yeah. And then you have Alex Verdugo. Bro, Team Mexico has a decent lineup. They might not have the best pitching staff, but with Urias on the mound tonight, that's big. And then Puerto Rico, we kind of all know the deal. They have a shortstop named Edwin Diaz. Is this new information to anybody else? So they had 2 players on the team named Edwin Diaz? All right, well, they have him. They have Kike Hernandez, Francisco Lindor, Maldonado, Eddie Rosario, and Christian Vasquez. So, yeah, bro. I mean, listen, Puerto Rico, I think, is going to take the W tonight. I'm not, extremely confident. I'm not, hammering that. However, I like Marcus Stroman on the mound. We've seen him kind of do some wonders in past WBCs. He's also been pretty good so far to start this one. So I'm taking Puerto Rico. I think that's a safe pick. It might not be like the most, ooh, Pat, like that's a great pick, but I'm picking Puerto Rico. But yo, don't get me, listen, I was wrong in my DR pick. However, at the same time, I did say, I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if Puerto Rico won. So I wasn't shocked when Puerto Rico won. But that inside the park home run from Lindor, electric, bro. And then I guess we could kind of move forward to tomorrow as well. Tomorrow night, it is USA versus Venezuela. I know it says probable pitchers or TBD. But I saw maybe like an hour ago, they announced that Lance Lynn is going to be on the mound for Team USA tomorrow. Listen, I'm not going to speak to you guys until, this is our last time speaking until the game happens tomorrow night. So I just like to make one thing clear. It might be St. Patrick's Day. This might be the Irish Day. However, tomorrow is Team USA Day. Bro, Lance Lynn on the mound, I've never been more confident than in any pitcher in my life than I am in Lance Lynn tomorrow. He's going to face that stacked Venezuela team and absolutely dominate them in every aspect of the game. Lance Lynn is him. If you're not riding with Team USA tomorrow, I have really bad news for you. You're screwed, bro. Like, I need my flag. Wait, you know what? If you're not riding Team USA tomorrow, just leave. If you're watching this stream on repeat, just close your tab, bro. Hear me out. Anytime I get the flag on, you know it's business. I told you guys last time that USA was going to mercy rule Team Canada. And what happened? They mercy ruled Team Canada. I'm not going to go that far to say they're going to mercy rule Venezuela because Venezuela is a pretty good team. However, they are going to win. And Team USA is going to get the job done in a very patriotic way and beat Venezuela by a score of 7-6. Bring that one to the house, bro. They're going to move on to the semifinals. We'll see who they'll face there. And, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it because I'm pretty sure the semifinals would be what? On Monday? I'm not sure. Who cares at this point? Bro, it doesn't matter who they face. They're going to win. So Lance Lynn's on the mound, super confident. And you know what? Team USA is coming to Miami. They're going to get the job done. Bring that one to the bank. Book it, bro. I'm confident. I'm really confident. It's not fake confidence either. It's real. It's raw, emotional confidence. Just saying. Bro, when you know the flag comes out, you know that means business. Yeah, so obviously that... Ow, I just shocked myself. Bro, what the... Alright, moving on. Okay. So then, Team USA is obviously tomorrow. And then... When is that? Sunday is Cuba versus... I guess the winner of one of the quarterfinals. So I'm not sure if that's going to be Team USA, but I don't know. I'm not really too sure how the semifinal bracket works. So if Team USA wins, maybe someone in the chat could help me out on this. Team USA wins tomorrow. Who are they playing in the semis? Cuba or Japan? Maybe if I look at the bracket, it'll help me out a little bit more. Because, bro, the seeding in this tournament is really the part that confuses me the most, to be honest. Okay, here's the bracket. So Team USA wins, they play Cuba. That's actually awesome news. Dude, that's actually awesome. If Team USA wins, they're playing Cuba in the semifinal. Listen, I'm not pissing on Cuba at all. They're a good team, but Japan is a lot better of a team than Cuba is. So it looks like the winner of Puerto Rico-Mexico is going to be playing Japan in the semifinal on Monday. Oh, and then the winner of USA-Venezuela is going to play Cuba in the semifinal on Sunday. So, bro, when I talk to you guys, the USA will have played 2 games. They will have won the quarterfinal, and they would have won the semifinal. And then the final is on Tuesday. That's intriguing, bro. That's actually really intriguing. Okay, so listen. USA has 2 games this weekend. Saturday night, Sunday night. Hopefully they get to Sunday night. We'll see. Like I said, it's single elimination at this point, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, just so you guys can get a better look at the bracket here. It's pretty simple from this point out. USA versus Venezuela. Winner plays Cuba. And then Puerto Rico, Mexico, winner plays Japan. And then the winner of those 2 games play each other in the championship. It's kind of sad we've come to an end, but a couple days left. But yo, we're speaking about the World Baseball Classic here. You guys know what that means. Time to shift into topic number 2, Edwin Diaz. I'm pretty sure everyone at this point has seen the video. Puerto Rico celebrating against Team DR. Huge upset, and I guess Edwin Diaz got a little too into the celebration, completely busted his knee. I believe right patellar tendon tear, something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure. All I do know is that he's expected to be out for the rest of the season. Obviously not ideal for Mets fans, but also, I mean, not only not ideal for Mets fans, but also, like, take into account that a lot of people think, I mean, it's kind of caused a lot of debate, right? Where people are looking at Edwin Diaz's injury and being like, yo, this is going to prevent future stars from playing in the future, right? So let's say 2026, 27 comes around, and you have the next World Baseball Classic. Guys like Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, probably not Mike Trout because we heard his comments on it, but you guys catch my drift. They might not want to compete in fear of having a season-ending injury like this. And then obviously you have the stupid people out there being like, oh, look, Edwin Diaz got hurt in a tournament that doesn't matter. Hold your horses, okay? The World Baseball Classic matters 1,000 times more than spring training. And also, I saw like a couple interviews with the Team DR players before the Puerto Rico game, and plenty of them said that the World Baseball Classic means more to them than the World Series, which you might not agree. Personally, I don't agree. I would much rather see my team win the World Series than the World Baseball Classic, but you can't ignore the fact how much this means to players and teams and countries out there, bro. So people who are kind of making that argument, like, it's just stupid and it's uninformed. However, at the same time, I also think that this is the same injury that could have happened. Taking in the groceries, in a spring training game. This injury to Edwin Diaz could have easily happened in a spring training game. Which is also too long, by the way. Like, spring training is way too long. But all I'm trying to say here is that you can't look at freak injuries like this that happen to guys like Edwin Diaz, and obviously they're super unfortunate for everyone involved. But you can't use that as an excuse to blame the World Baseball Classic. Like, bro, the World Baseball Classic is one of the best things that baseball has to offer. You look at that Japan-Italy game that they played, when was that, a couple days ago in Japan? Bro, 48% of Japanese households watched that game. 48%. That's a huge deal, bro. I think that's more than households that watch the Super Bowl in America. And you're going to sit here and say that it's an unimportant tournament? Bro, the World Baseball Classic means everything to countries around the world, especially ones that don't have, like, highly competitive baseball leagues. Maybe countries like Puerto Rico. Obviously, Japan has, like, a high established baseball league, but, bro, this means the world to some of these countries. So, no pun intended, but yeah, bro. Obviously, this Edwin Diaz thing sucks, and specifically for the Mets, I guess we could kind of think about how it affects the Mets now, because they just signed him to this massive contract in the offseason, and now they don't have a closer. The Mets are coming into the season as one of the most hyped teams in baseball, and now they don't have a closer. They obviously have a few options that they go with. I saw Jim Bowden tweeted out that some of their targets are Alexis Diaz, Edwin's brother, who's on the Reds, Aroldis Chapman. Bro, if the Mets go out and get Aroldis Chapman from the Royals and use him as the replacement for Edwin Diaz, that would be the funniest thing of all time. And listen, Mets fans, I'm sorry. I apologize. But it would be the funniest thing of all time. It would also, listen, I don't mean this in like a malicious way whatsoever, obviously, but Edwin Diaz getting hurt celebrating Puerto Rico's win in the WBC is one of the most Mets things of all time. So, why not just continue the trend of being like the Mets things of all time? And go out and get Chapman and replace him. There's nothing more Mets than that. And then Chapman would just blow every game and just welcome back to New York. That's what it would be. But yeah, Listen Up 39 says, what's your at? On Twitter and TikTok, it's at Unhinged Patrick. And then Instagram, it's at True Hennessy. But yeah, be sure to follow Better Baseball on everything too. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, yeah. AB says the WBC is no different from spring training to me. Well, bro, I'm sorry for you then, because the World Baseball Classic means 1,000 billion trillion times more than spring training. You couldn't pay me to watch a spring training game right now. I forgot spring training games were still being played since the World Baseball Classic started. And if anybody willingly sits down, let's say it's 7 o'clock, like tonight, and you choose to watch a spring training game over a World Baseball Classic game, you're psychotic. you should go get yourself checked out, bro, because that's an insane choice, and I would never, never, never get behind that. Choosing to watch a spring training game over a World Baseball Classic game is borderline insane. No, not even borderline insane. It is insane. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, bro. Obviously, super brutal for the Mets. I think that's kind of all I have to talk about as far as the World Baseball Classic goes. Obviously, on Monday, we'll have a ton to talk about because, that's our next live stream after this. So, a lot's going to go down because we have, obviously, like I said, the quarterfinal, Puerto Rico versus Mexico tonight. Tomorrow night, we got USA versus Venezuela. Sunday night, we got Cuba versus the winner of that game. And then Monday, I'll see you guys before that game on Monday. Listen up says, have you been on Talking Yanks? No. But me and Dan have Yankees Avenue show. Check that out. But yeah, let's get into topic number 3 here, and that is our preseason AL West power rankings. I'm actually looking forward to this one because I know the AL East one was really fun. However, the AL Central one kind of sucked because the AL Central as a whole kind of sucks. So there wasn't really much to talk about there. Obviously, it's just like mid. But yeah, we'll break down the AL West. I kind of want to go team by team with this one because I think each of these teams intrigues me in different ways, and we could kind of like break it down. But yeah, we got Jalen in the chat. Shout out to Jalen. He says, "Good morning, Mr. Patrick. Let me know thoughts on my Yankees opening day prediction. DJ third base, Judge right field, Rizzo first base, Stanton DH." Volpe shortstop, Torres second base, Hicks left field, Trevino catcher, Ortega center field. I like it. However, I'm not sold on Volpe being on the opening day roster. Listen, bro, I know so many people are kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a subtopic now. I don't see Anthony Volpe being on the Yankees opening day roster. I just don't. Like, maybe that's just the pessimistic Patty coming out, but I don't know, bro. Like, obviously, I want him to be, right? I think it makes the most sense for the Yankees to call up Anthony Volpe and have him be the opening day shortstop. I just don't see it happening. I'd love to be proved wrong, though. Bro, I would love that more than anything in the world, but we'll see. I feel like maybe that should be a topic for one of the future episodes, but yeah. AL West, bro. AL West. It's going to be a really intriguing division this year. I'll pull up the Fangraphs projected win and loss totals for each of these teams real quick. So, obviously, the Athletics, they're going to win the division with that 67 win total. And also, keep in mind, like, I definitely think the A's will probably lose more than 94 games. I think that's generous, putting them at 94 loss. And then the Rangers, they actually have in 4th place. I think they're a little bit of a sleeper team. I know Jalen just said that the Rangers are winning the AL West. Bro, kind of a sleeper team if they stay healthy. But they have in 4th, and then the Angels in 3rd. Mariners in 2nd, and then the Astros once again win the division. I think that they have just about the same projected wins. Wow, the Yankees actually got raised. Bro, how is that? Wait a minute. Wait. Because last time we went through this, we went through the AL East power rankings. The Yankees had a lower projected win total than the Astros. And then Carlos Rodon gets hurt and they get raised? How does that work? I don't know, bro. Jalen says, all jokes aside, hammer the Astros over on wins. Bro, I would absolutely hammer the Astros win total here. If the line is actually 89 wins, which I'd be shocked about, just because they lost Justin Verlander, hammer that, bro. Absolutely hammer that. But, yeah. So, listen, I'll give you guys my little prediction as far as what I'm thinking about as far as standings go. Last place, obviously, we have the A's. The Oakland A's are just not a good team. I know they made a couple additions this year, and shout out to them. But maybe it'll help them come trade deadline time. They're just not a good team. Nothing about them kind of stands out. I'll pull up... Bro, I went to go pull up their projected roster, and it pulls up their 2022 standings, which is kind of annoying because I don't want to see Sean Murphy stats. It's kind of meaningless at this point. But yeah, bro, I know that they added Jesus Aguilar. They added, Tyler Wade. They added, what's that other guy's name? Jace Peterson. But at the end of the day, like, they're still the A's. They have nothing going for them. Here, I'll pull up their projected lineup and their rotation here. I believe that's Tony Kemp. I don't know why it says Anthony Kemp. But you got Tony Kemp, Ramon Laureano, Seth Brown. Bro, all 3 of these guys right here, Laureano, Seth Brown, Jesus Aguilar, they could be sleeper trade deadline picks. Because I'm sure the A's are going to be dealing at the deadline, so that's something. And then you have Jace Peterson, Shea Langeliers, Connor Capel, Nick Allen, Isturi Ruiz. This might be one of the worst lineups of all time. I say that with confidence, dude. And then you got their starters. Kind of surprised Ken Waldachuk isn't here, but I do think he'll probably be in their rotation. But you got Paul Blackburn. I guess he's hurt. Not really too sure who Shintaro Fujinami is. Not really too sure, but you got James Caprillion, Drew Rakinski, and then J.P. Sears. Listen, bro, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to realize that that's just not a good lineup. It's kind of sad to say, but what are you going to do, bro? And then, obviously, in fourth place, I think I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Angels. Listen, I know every year we go into the season just hoping that the Angels are going to be good for the sake of Mike Trout, for the sake of Shohei Ohtani, and just really see them playing in meaningful postseason games. I don't see it happening, though. And I think one reason is because their pitching staff, obviously it's a little bit better than it was in years past, but I still don't think it's good enough to get them over that hump. And also, bro, I think the AL West is going to be pretty competitive this year for the first time in a while. I think the Astros are finally going to take a little bit of a step down after winning the World Series last year. I don't know. I can't really see them doing that again, but they always seem to prove me wrong, so I don't know. And then, bro, they also always seem to plug in guys in there. We'll talk about them. But yeah, I'll pull up the Angels' projected lineup and pitching staff here real quick. You got Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon, Hunter Renfroe, Brennan Drury, Jared Walsh, Logan O'Happ, and David Fletcher. That's a really good lineup. That's never been the Angels' problem, though. The Angels' problem has never been their lineup. It's always been their pitching staff. So their pitching staff is Shohei Ohtani, Patrick Sandoval, Tyler Anderson, Jose Suarez, Reed Detmers. It's decent. And I think that's why this topic becomes so, tricky here, because I could see the Angels finishing in fourth, which is where I have them projected. However, at the same time, if everything clicks for them, and Anthony Rendon's healthy and producing, and Mike Trout's healthy and producing, and Shohei Ohtani's healthy and producing, and the pitching staff kind of pitches to their potential, the Angels could be a second-place team. The Los Angeles Angels could be a playoff team this season, 100%. Am I expecting it? No, but is it possible? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. Third place, I have the Seattle Mariners, only because, listen, I know going into every year, I feel like me specifically, I underrate the Mariners and what they're capable of, but we saw last year that they obviously can make it to the postseason. It was their first time making the playoffs, I think, since 2001, which is kind of crazy to think about, but they made some big additions to their lineup, which I'll pull up here real quick. You got Colton Wong in that lineup, Julio Rodriguez, who's bound to have an insane sophomore year, unless he has a sophomore slump, I don't know. You got Ty France. Teoscar Hernandez is a big addition, bro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Teoscar from his time with the Blue Jays, but he's an absolute tank. You got Eugenio Suarez, Cal Raleigh. Why am I saying that with an Australian accent? Cal Raleigh. Jared Kelenic, AJ Pollock, and JP Crawford. I still can't get, Raleigh? Like Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina? Wait, that's actually a really good Australian. Raleigh, North Carolina? Oh, that's where I'm from. Okay, moving on to the pitching staff. You got Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, Robbie Ray, George Kirby, and Marco Gonzalez. Pretty solid pitching staff. I'd probably say it's third best in their division. Listen, if the Mariners were in the AL Central, they probably win by 10 games. However, they're in a stacked division in the AL West, and I don't know. I kind of don't see them doing as well. However, the Mariners are also that other team where it's like I could definitely see them finishing in second place. Probably not seeing them win the division, but the fact that there's so much like that above average in the AL West, it's tough. It's really tough. But yeah, and then obviously in second place, I know a lot of people might not agree with this, I have the Texas Rangers. Their lineup is tough, bro. Their lineup is not that good. However, I think there's a lot of guys in there who could play a little bit better than they have in the past. But the main reason I'm picking the Rangers for second place is because of their pitching staff, bro. I think that their offense doesn't even need to score that many runs because their pitching staff, if they live up to their potential and they stay healthy, that might be one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. And I say that with my chest out. I think if their pitching staff stays healthy and then they go maybe get a bat or two at the deadline, the Rangers could cause some damage. But I'll pull up their depth chart here real quick. You got Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Nate Lowe, Adolis Garcia, Jonah Heim, Robbie Grossman, Josh Young, Brad Miller, Bubba Thompson. Marcus Semien's bound to bounce back, right, after kind of struggling last year in his first year in Texas. Corey Seager, you know what you're going to get from him. Nate Lowe, I think Nate Lowe's kind of underrated, as well as Adolis Garcia. And then Jonah Heim, solid catcher, Robbie Grossman, Josh Young, Brad Miller. Bro, I think it's a decent lineup. It's nothing that's going to jump out to you on paper, but I think they could get the job done. You know what does jump out to you on paper, though? Their starting rotation. Jacob deGrom, his health is going to be key for this team coming into this season. Obviously, that's always the key with Jacob deGrom, but you know if he's healthy, he's going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. You got Martin Perez in that number 2 spot, John Gray third, Nathan Eovaldi, bro. If a healthy Nathan Eovaldi is your number 4, that's huge. And then Heaney 5. That's a really, really, really good starting rotation. Obviously, it doesn't beat the Astros because the Astros are just a pitching factory, but I think the Rangers are significantly underrated. And obviously, their pitching staff could bring them to, I don't know, a little bit better than they were in the past. And then obviously in first place, I have the good old Houston Astros because it seems like no matter what happens, the Astros are always winning that division. They're always making a deep run to the playoffs. And yeah, let's pull up their depth chart here real quick. Their lineup, kind of self-explanatory at this point. Just the addition of Jose Abreu. They have Jose Altuve, Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Yordan Alvarez. And then, like I said, Jose Abreu, Jeremy Pena, Chas McCormick, Jake Myers, Martin Maldonado. Very, very, very good lineup. Almost an all-star lineup, to be honest. And then their rotation, losing Verlander is going to hurt, but probably not too much considering they just plug in whoever they need to. Framber Valdez, Christian Javier, Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, and Hunter Brown. That's also taking into account that Lance McCullers is hurt. So he should be back at some point too. But yeah, bro, I mean, there's not much to really go too in depth about the Houston Astros. I think they're going to regress a little bit this year, maybe because of the loss of Verlander. I guess it kind of depends on who takes his spot. But at the end of the day, the Astros are the Astros, right? They have a killer lineup. They always show up in the postseason, and their rotation's always dominant. So I think that there's like a 0% chance they don't win the division. 0% chance they don't. Yeah. They're going to win the division this year. I'm 100% confident in that. I don't like the Astros, but I do respect them. They kind of came back after the whole cheating scandal and just proved everybody wrong. So, huge shout out to them. But, yeah, bro, I think they're going to win the AL West again this year. I like doing these power rankings, bro. I think they're fun. Allows me to, like, make some predictions, which I'm great at, bro. So good. But, yeah, obviously next week we're going to be doing the NL. So, Mondays we're going to do the NL East. Wednesday's NL Central. Next Friday's the NL West. Really looking forward to that. But, yeah, kind of just like recapping the stream as a whole today. Big World Baseball Classic games coming up. Tonight's obviously Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Tomorrow night's USA versus Venezuela. And then Sunday night starts the semifinal. So it's either USA or Venezuela against Cuba. And then Monday is going to be Japan versus the winner of Mexico, Puerto Rico. It's going to be a lot of fun, bro. Stay tuned for all that stuff. I will see you guys Monday at noon for another stream. We're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday all season long, so be there or be square. Better Baseball, followed on just about everything. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. We're posting so much daily content every single day. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you all next time. Peace.